You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hi everybody, I'm Brian.
And I am Joey.
And I'm Jess.
This is episode 154 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. Come on along, everybody. Spend the next hour or so with us talking about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, Mammoth Endurance Gravel, or just playing bikes. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing great. My timing was
immaculate on that one. Well.
Joey is showing me father-son OnlyFans pages.
No, not the pages, the news articles.
Do you subscribe to these?
Wow, you said
things?
it.
I don't know.
I heard on the radio.
It was weird.
$40,000 a month.
$40,000.
Think of all the gravel bikes.
Yeah.
Dirty Kitten entries,
yeah,
jerseys.
Yeah, I get it.
Cliff bars.
I get it. You could buy a bunch of stuff. Hey, Joey and Jess, gravel rides are all about endurance, right?
Not always, but sure.
But
I think they
no,
are.
they're all crazy long.
But you know what else is also about endurance? Cycling kits from Cutaway USA. That's right. They are made just to go the distance. Cutaway USA offers premium cycling apparel born in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Cutaway is an industry leader using innovative fabrics combined with clean and bold designs. Make sure to visit their website to see all the jerseys, bibs, blah, 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 blah. All the things that you would want to put on your body when you're riding a bike. They have, right? Why would you go anywhere else to get them? Check out their website, cutawayusa.com. And when you reach the checkout, use the code GRAVEL15 to take 15% off your entire order. That's an offer that is a special discount just for our listeners. I pretty much think that even if Philip wanted us to stop doing this now, I would continue to do it because I legitimately have fun. I love trying to
You like the transition.
I like the transition. Actually what I really like is Jess's reaction to the transition.
I think every time that you do it, I'm like, does he think about this in the car right there? Like is that what he thinks about?
I write them in the show notes. This is all written down. If you would look at your show notes, you would actually see that these are things that I have actually thought all about. What are you drinking tonight, Joe? Are you actually having an adult beverage or no?
No, I have a cranberry lime seltzer. Hit the spot with our gnocchi and sausage.
Mm-hmm. Your dinner was spot on.
Thank you.
So, what was it? That you made some sausages?
I had Italian sausage, which don't buy them at the store anymore. Buy them at BJ's. Way cheaper.
Oh, yeah?
It was like $12 for the price of one pack.
I get steaks at Walmart. Come on. It's the place to
they
do
got
it.
nice stuff. But, gnocchi. Sauteed it with garlic and butter. Delicious. But,
fantastic.
I'm having this. I'll probably have a Moscow Mule
with
our guest. Yeah.
A little later, before we get too far, I didn't even introduce who we're going to have later on. The event director for Mammoth Endurance Gravel is going to be joining us to talk about what to me sounds like an insane
Typical
gravel event.
PA ride.
Yeah.
Crap ton of climbing.
Yeah, crap ton of climbing and long distances. So, wow. Anyway, what's up in your world, Jess? Sorry.
Jess is having a nice lime seltzer.
I am drinking a nice lime seltzer. I did ask for another one, but that's okay, Joey. Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
We're all having a different flavor.
We are.
What is up with you two tonight? This is gassy group.
I'm having lime. Joey is having cranberry lime, and you are having black cherry.
Black cherry polar.
We usually give you the pink ones because we don't like the pink ones.
And that's fine.
Since we are millennials, we don't drink LaCroix, though.
LaCroix.
Which is the drink of the millennials.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Seltzer
100%.
itself is like a millennial thing.
Yeah.
Well, I drink a lot of seltzer.
Bubbly is also a
Bubbly's
millennial
great.
thing.
I drink bubbly.
Yeah.
I do. I'll drink 4 or 5 of them a night.
Can I crack this of the
Sure.
week
Crack
right
of the
now?
week.
Okay.
You got to put it up to the microphone.
It'll pick it up.
It'll pick it up.
It's very sensitive. Very sensitive.
Yeah.
That's what
What
she
else
said.
have you been up to?
I've been up to a lot. I've been cycling every day of my streak so far. So we're on
Well
day
done.
11. This morning I had a planned 1.5-hour ride, but my lovely dog would not sit quiet as I was riding. So we just got in 30 minutes, but that's the minimum allowed time.
Okay.
So I have to be able to cycle 30 minutes or more. So that was my shortest ride in the past 2 weeks.
I'm going to have to catch up with you. I'm actually planning on going home after we podcast and get on my trainer.
Ooh.
Because I didn't get to ride today.
Yeah.
And it bothers me when I don't
Yeah.
ride.
No, it doesn't bother me. But
Doesn't bother
we're
me.
streaking. I know that you guys love that I say that I'm streaking. So.
I do, if you know.
I'm afraid to come in here sometimes if I don't think Joey's home because I just may be
When I'm
streaking
streaking.
around the house.
She streaks early in the mornings. I'm very proud of her for that.
Very good.
So
Yeah.
It
we're
was cold this morning to streak.
Yeah, luckily I have a nice warm Peloton room.
Yeah.
But I do open the windows and the dog does sit in his bed next to me. So it is really nice. If I don't get on in the morning, I never get on, especially with work.
I got my Blake hug when I came in.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a nice thing to do.
Do you still get Blake hugs?
I do. He usually gets the zoomies after he hugs me at work.
Joey doesn't get
Joey
the Blake?
does not get the Blake hugs.
Why do you not get the Blake hugs anymore?
Because I think when I tried to teach him to not jump, I used myself.
Oh.
So I'm the only person who doesn't jump on.
Okay. That
But
makes
they're
sense.
also together most of the time.
Yeah, we were...
I mean, they're pretty
He's
much
shop dog.
together, all the time.
Like, I was running all over yesterday. He was with me the whole time.
Nice.
Like,
That's
he's just in the
fun.
car. He goes in the stores,
That's fun.
certain stores, and anyway.
That's fun.
We had three. We had Ben from Specialized down the day with his dog, and then Lori Proteus Lori with her black lab, and then Blake, and we had a lot of dogs in the shop today. So
Shop
he's a
full
little
of
tired,
dogs.
yeah.
Nice.
So,
But it's good because he wakes me up at like 3:30. So if I move the slightest, he will be up and ready to go. Like, Mom, come, let's go play ball. Mom.
Is that what you think he sounds
That's
like?
that's exactly like a kiddish voice, you know. Like, I usually tell my mom, I'm like, this is why we don't have kids. I need 8 full hours of sleep, because Blake's up at 3:30 trying to get me up.
My bed, I got a new bed. My bed now tells me how much I've slept, what my heart rate is, what my breathing rate
if you
is.
think that's amazing, you see what the government knows about you now.
I can't even imagine what the government knows about. Proper crack.
Yeah.
Proper crack.
Orange seltzer now. We're going for the spectrum.
It's a rainbow.
Our photo this week is we're going to pile up
All of the seltzer cans.
Yeah. I might go hard and stay with seltzer all night.
Why not?
I'm feeling risky. Boba Fett's out. So.
Let's just sidetrack for a second and say what a wonderful event that Dirty Kitten is putting on for us this winter training season. It's been awesome. I never did it. And I really, really, really love all of the camaraderie, the leaderboards, everything like that. I think it's great.
I like they've added the weekly lives.
Yep. I've been
into-
watching those. I
Yep.
love when they called
Oh,
Joey out.
yeah,
That
we
was
heard-
hilarious.
We heard that.
That was funny.
Were you listening when they called you?
Oh, yeah,
out?
we were on the couch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, Joey, turn off the TV. I got to listen to this week's challenge. And then they started talking. They're like, but Josh is crushing it. I was like, yes, she is. Like, I was so excited.
But then there are certain people who have yet to even link their Strava account.
Yeah. I love that they said, well, we did see Joey doing inventory by himself one day. So maybe that's the reason. I'm like, no, that's not the reason. Joey's not riding his bike.
Yeah, I'm calling you out.
Sorry,
Ooh.
honey.
Ooh, grumpy. Joey, what's going on in your world? You got a bunch of stuff listed down here.
Yeah. New bike day happened.
First one of 2022.
First one of 2022. Probably
Wait,
I don't
you got-
know.
You got a new bike, sweetheart?
yeah, the one that was outside yesterday.
I thought we were okay.
Long story short, did I talk about the Tricross incident on here?
No.
All right, so I don't think this guy listens, but this guy wanted way too much for an old Specialized Tricross. 2006, great bike, just the condition was in, wanted way too much. So I made him an offer a little above a Bicycle Blue Book value.
Oh.
I was like, oh, here you go. And then he's like, no, let me sleep on it. And he wanted $700. I offered him like $150, $200. And, it's a $1,100 bike new. Now there's way nicer versions and they're still in great shape, but his was in a wood shop, a little dusty. The shifter wasn't working today. I fixed it. But so like a week went by, I was like, I'll just play the long game because no one's going to offer him what he wants.
Uh-huh.
Then he messaged me the other night and he said, hey, I really need these out of my wood shop or something. I'll give you your offer if you take this other one, so I don't have to worry about it. So I got a Specialized Cirrus, which is a flat bar.
Wait a minute. So he wouldn't take your offer for the one bike.
Yeah.
But then he took your offer
He's like,
for the one
man,
bike and gave you a second bonus
he's like,
bike.
I just don't want him at all. And I was like, well, here's what he's like, yeah, sure. So for a sweet deal, I got a 2006 Tricross.
Is that your project bike? Because you were talking about wanting to get a project bike, just something to.
I thought the canoe was our winter project.
No, that's not.
That's a water. That's the water project.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I need a little spreadsheet to reorganize myself with this.
So long story short, I'll polish up this Cirrus and just get rid of it for more than I paid for both bikes.
Nice.
And I'll be in the plus. And then this track cross is just fun.
What kind of? It's an old cross bike. The
yeah, it's like an early cyclocross. But Chris at work has a newer version of it, a few years newer.
That's what I've known the name.
Chris rode his up in. It'll clear 42s. It's got cantilevers. It's mine's the double. He has way nicer components than this one, but this is just a beater. Uh-huh. I might either do flat bar or put my big 52 centimeter Kona bars on
Jones bars on there.
Something fun.
Big.
But with those, I have the bar and stem. I just whatever I have laying around, just throw on it.
Fun. Once
so I have tires.
You paint it green.
No. Green. Anyway,
sorry.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and then he gave me the Cirrus, which I got to put some spokes. There's a couple broken spokes, but he doesn't know I run a bike shop, but I know how to. For the cost of the spoke, I can replace the spokes.
He didn't know that you worked at the bike shop?
No, I didn't say that. No, I don't pity that fool.
Oh, you are like...
I was sly.
Are you Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace in?
It was Marketplace.
You are all over that. If anybody's looking for anything, talk to Joey. Because
I'll find it for you.
You're like the deal finder. It's like the deal of the week.
I'm going to
yell that. Peloton treadmill. Right. I would like.
No, if I'm buying a brand new Peloton where the people move it in the house. That's my only rule. Getting a treadmill up that stairs and around the corner.
I can't even imagine.
No, the bike was a little bit obscure.
You could put the treadmill right here.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
You could move this table in the other room.
Actually,
you could put the treadmill looking right out the front window.
This morning.
Like that.
This morning when Blake was when I was riding, Blake was walking on the other side of the bike, and I was like, "This is why I can't get a treadmill. He'd be sucked up. He would be sucked up in this treadmill." So,
anyway,
keep going. Your list is long.
Tricross. It's gonna be badass. It's gonna be cool. I might be riding it for everything.
Post some pictures.
Might just be the cruiser around here. Oh, yeah, I should have taken pictures where I took half of it apart. It was in rough shape. It was very dirty.
Well, you want the before and after.
Yeah, I got some before. The other day, I was playing around with the Kona, my Libre. I put a rasket, which is a basket rack combo for the front.
Okay.
It's one piece. I'll show you. Rasket makes sense when you hear about it, or when you see it. But I was running into issues because where the basket sat, I couldn't shift my front derailleur. The basket was in the way.
Okay.
And then I was playing around. I was like, I have all these extra parts, and my derailleur's already ready. So I just turned the Kona into a 1x.
Okay.
Pretty easily. I took everything apart. The front derailleur, I took the cable off. I had an extra XT 1142 and a 40-tooth wolf tooth chainring sitting from Jess's bike.
All right.
I just threw it on.
Okay.
It's for the GRX crank. Looks very clean.
Okay.
So now I'm running a 1x just to see.
And what's the front? What did you just say the front was?
1142 rear and a 40 tooth up front.
Okay. Well,
which is about average. Or what most gravel bikes are 40 or 42.
Yeah.
I do love my 2x. I just figured I was just playing around.
Yeah.
Give it another shot.
Why not?
It was already there.
And that's funny because I actually did this and that for this week. I didn't even know. I didn't even know. How would I have known? I would have no way of knowing. Okay. Very good.
But if you look at the rides coming up, it's like Croatan and stuff.
Flat.
And if I were to ride Croatan, I'd probably do 1128 on the back.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to use anything above 28 at Croatan. Mm-hmm. So transform the Kona. I got to post pictures of that. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
It's clean looking. And then, I basically did the rasket thing for the coffee outside thing. But I might try to put that on the Tricross. That's the whole point of the Tricross.
Have you done that yet?
No, I was planning on doing it, and then just winter actually decided to turn on.
Winter and COVID.
It's freaking cold. Yeah. COVID, I would say we're all getting COVID. Everyone's had COVID. It's a matter of time with Omicron. So,
I don't think I've had it. I don't know. You can never really know. We've had.
I knew.
We've had people close
Technically,
to us.
I did. I know that I didn't know, but I did know what I did know.
You did know that you didn't know that you may have known.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
If
anybody followed that?
No. And I was in the room when he was getting tested, and I still can't follow it.
Yeah, so coffee outside got postponed.
Yeah.
Like I said, the point of the beater bike and stuff was for that kind of stuff. But anyway, jersey updates. We are in the debacle because we have like 12 different designs now. I got some more back.
Wow.
I think if we both morph our ideas into one jersey.
Well, all of the things you've shown
So
me,
I want the black sleeves. You don't want the stripes.
I don't want the stripe.
And I think if we do black sleeve, I'm having Philip tweak the last little bit.
Okay.
So, we do love cutaway. I should have done this at the end so you could transition into the...
Yeah.
Yes, Philip. So my shop orders shipped yesterday.
Cool.
So people should be getting it. I should be getting it in a day or two. But GTD, the goal is to have all this so people can have it to their door by Croatan.
Which we did a couple of years ago for the first round. Yeah.
So I'll talk to you after this, and then I'll have Philip do a couple more things, and then he's just going to take what we do and morph it on to look with some bibs. I asked for base layers because I like base layers.
Yep.
And a buff. Our store will be open. That'll be it. And the last little bit I didn't put on here is our GTD hats are in the works as of today.
Nice.
So we ordered 100 patches. So we're actually doing patches on our hats.
So there's patches on the hats. Can you get the patches off of the hats too?
Well, if you wanted to unsew it, but I will have 75 extra patches.
That was my point. We'll have extra patches.
Yeah, I ordered 100 patches.
So you can order the hat. Will it have a patch on it?
Yeah.
Or you can just order the patch.
Yes.
Okay.
The patches did cost a little bit of money, so I don't know how many flinging them like stickers, but we do need to. Well, stickers cost money too.
Stickers cost money, but not patch money.
Patch money is a little bit more, but we will have a limited run of 20, 25. I forgot how many I did.
And how are people going to be able to get those? Because
I'm going to do those.
We're not doing stuff on the website anymore.
No, and we talked about putting them on their website. I think we're just going to do it like the jerseys because I'm only going to keep the number limited. Okay. So I'll do it through my Instagram. Message me, and then we'll do it through PayPal and Venmo. Okay. So I will put something on the website that will give people instructions. I'm going to try to do a teaser. They're very nice hats. So they will be like $25-$30.
They are nice hats.
Shipped to your door.
Yeah, they are nice hats because we both
small
bought
run of them. Yeah,
little prototypes of what it.
Yeah, and I have a patched version of a fly fishing one upstairs.
Yep,
I do like the patched better.
Really?
I'll bring it down and show you.
Okay,
but yeah, I think I'm done rambling.
I think I would like the patch better too.
Yeah,
because what we're talking about is just kind of like it kind of blends and it's kind of like hard to pick up what it is.
The patches will be cool.
Cool.
You're gonna want to sew them on everything.
Cool. Well, I'm kicking my shoulder to the curb. I'm swimming. I'm riding the bike. I'm on the trainer.
You boxing?
No, I'm not boxing, but man, I tell you what, I was really worried a few weeks ago about the shoulder and what was going to happen. I've got full range of motion back now and working on strength. And the pool was shut down for a few days because of a heat thing, but now it's back open again, so I'm back swimming strong.
You're backstroking?
No, I don't. I don't backstroke. I just freestyle. No, it's exciting. I'll let on that a few weeks ago I was a little more concerned about the shoulder than I let on. I was actually concerned that it was going to be a long-term bigger issue, but my PT therapist has done a fantastic job, combined with actually doing. You just got to do what your PT therapist.
Just got to do.
Is that a physical therapist?
Yeah, your PT. You just got to do what they say to do.
PTT?
There's so many people that don't do it.
100%. 100%.
You just got to do what they say and then figure out ways. And so I'm excited about that.
I loved PT. It was like a personal training session, but like it under my insurance, so it was $10.
Yeah.
You know, it was awesome.
Oh, I hated the training part, but I like the massage, ice therapy, electrotherapy.
I do a lot of wall exercises to stretch the shoulder.
Walls hurt, yeah.
I do a lot. She does a little bit of like bending and twisting and trying to get it to go places that it doesn't want to go. But what's so interesting is that there's obviously a point in my shoulder where that rotator cuff is torn, where she will move my arm and it'll literally, she said she can watch my arm just twitch and jump. Then she pulls it out and she starts pushing down and like moving the joint around, and then she'll push it right back to that same spot and it'll just slide right through it. So
the human body is super cool.
Amazing.
Witchcraft.
Could be. But I'll take it. If it's witchcraft and it's making me feel better.
Well, they are having a Harry Potter reunion.
I'm going to take it. You want to do Strava Club?
Nah.
Come on, let's do Strava Club.
Okay, I'll do it. Jess wanted me to tell everyone that she was in the top 10.
I was in the top 10 on sick. I have never been in the top 10.
Where were you at on GTD top 10?
I don't know.
She was there. She was top 100, not top 10, but you were top 100.
But what I did was look to see who had a full-time job. And I'm like, am I the only one on top 10 with a full-time job? Because like, I really want to know how these people got in. And I had 3 snow days last week, so we could just call it a tit for tat.
Brilliant.
All right. In the number 1 spot from Sayreville, New Jersey, with 212.8 miles, Salvador Filiano.
Sal.
Justin,
Sal
What a
listens.
great name.
I know Sal listens too.
Yeah.
So.
Sal's one of our first.
Sal is actually
Sal bought one of our early shirts.
Sal is in our the banner picture on our
He
Facebook
is.
page that we've never ever changed.
Sal rides by my in-laws' house, like literally
Yep,
right
I
by
was
it.
gonna
He
say.
rides the same trails with my brother-in-law. Well, I can't really do the same thing for everyone else. But Nicole Russo, who is also a Dirty Kitten Winter Training Series participant, came in at
Cool.
239.5.
That's big miles.
Yes. There's a lot of miles. And then Jason Smith from Winfield, West Virginia, with 138.7. So our top 100 kind of around the same thing at 113.6. But in big news is we broke the 800-person mark.
Wow.
We went up 5 this week from 799 to 804.
Cool.
Don't you guys have to grow out like mustaches or something?
No, that was YouTube when we get to 2,000
Oh, okay.
subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, but
we're growing full mustaches and we will not cut them
Yeah,
for.
we did.
See, what Joey doesn't understand about that is he has to shave the beard and just have the mustache.
no, man.
No.
I'm using beard oil, beard care. Like I got beard wash. Like it is so much more controllable. Like it's not all foof.
That
It's
looks
getting
good.
long.
Looks good.
Yeah,
Honey,
and this is the end of the day. I look.
Are you a fan
I look
of the
gorgeous
beard?
in the
You
morning.
like the beard?
I
It's
gave her a
Jeff's Joey.
smooch the other day after putting some beard balm on. She said, "Hey, it's not. It's prickly. It's small. It's soft."
Ah, maybe that's what I need to do. I'll start rubbing it maybe I should just start rubbing some beard balm.
Beard
Jeez.
balm.
Anyway, since we didn't make it before the new year, Chris does not have to do dreadlocks or braids. But if you still want to help out, strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
Did you get any messages this week, Jess?
I actually did, and
Uh-oh.
Joey doesn't know about this one yet, so this is pretty funny.
She's got a grin on her
I
face.
do.
Should have the alcohol.
Okay, so
You're checking your story, not your
yeah,
messages.
so I got this, Joey. So somebody put, why would people run? And I said, to get away from their mother-in-laws, because that was Joey's mom that said it. So
She didn't write you back, so she took offense to that.
So she put in the question, she put, why do you run? Or like, why do people run? And I said, to get away from their mother-in-laws. But it was Joey's mom who sent me the question. So
Oh, dear
I
Lord.
do that to my mother-in-law.
All right, joining us now is James Llewellyn, who's the event organizer for the MAMMOTH Endurance Gravel event. Welcome, James. It's great to have you join us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Where are you calling us from tonight?
I am calling you from Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. It's a very small town in remote Pennsylvania. The easiest way we describe to people is if you know where they play the Little League World Series
Oh,
in
yeah.
Williamsport,
Oh, yeah.
Williamsport,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm about an hour north of there.
So we do, I've done Pine Creek Valley starting down in Jersey Shore and going all the way up to like Turkey Path, something like that.
Yes, the Turkey Path. Yeah.
Through Tydoton. Did I pronounce it? Is that pronunciation right? Tydoton?
Yep, that was pretty much dead on. Tydoton.
Tydoton.
Some people drag it a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a beautiful trail. I've done that, many, many times now, many different times of the year too.
It's stunning.
Done it in the fall when it's cold. Done it in the summer. We go to Rattlesnake Rock at Hoffman Campground, that little area right through there at Blackwell.
Oh,
Blackwell.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful, beautiful, great. Jess, you would even enjoy camping there, I think.
no, I'm good. Thanks, though.
James, before we dive into Mammoth Endurance, do us all a favor. Take a minute and tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm nothing special.
Sell yourself short.
We heard you're
I
a studly
enjoy-
bearded man with flannel, as am I.
I can't grow much of a beard, unfortunately.
I lied, Joey.
Oh, geez, Brian.
Joey was like, "Who is this guy?" I was like, "I don't know. He wears flannel. He's got a beard." And he's like, "Ah, he must be all right then."
Yeah, I do wear flannel occasionally.
So, what sparked your interest in gravel?
Oh man. Well, I mean, I've always ridden bike my whole life. My parents weren't big on television when I was growing up, so riding bicycles was about the only thing I did. So that kind of started a love for cycling. And then in 2020, I got a few friends together and I put it on Facebook and I was like, hey, does anybody want to do like a 100-mile ride? It was like totally not official or anything. It was just random me reaching out to anybody who might be interested. And I had like, it was kind of last minute too. It was maybe like 3 weeks notice. And I had 4 people show up. So we all just set out and we knew that we were going to try to accomplish 100 miles that day, mainly on gravel. So,
have you always lived in Wellsboro? Is that where you're from originally?
Originally I'm actually from Phoenixville.
Hey, right by Westchester.
Pennsylvania. Yeah,
that's where I grew up.
Yeah, that's where I grew up until I was about 14, and then my parents made the move to get out of the city and brought us away up here. So, country boy in farm territory.
So it's interesting. A lot of the folks that we talk to, it's like they're big events now, but they've all got that sort of that genesis in that same origin. It's kind of a story. It's like, yeah, I just put it out there to see if a few friends wanted to go, ride on some gravel for a long distance, and all of a sudden 3 or 4 years later, it's like something that people are registering for and paying money to do. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Where'd the name Mammoth come from?
It was just kind of like, I'm like, what's a good way to put that this is a big ride? And like, I mean, 90s kid, like I used to describe stuff like, oh man, it's mammoth. Like it's so big, it's mammoth, or that kind of thing, just using that as like a descriptive term for big. Because I didn't just want to say big gravel ride. I mean, I'm sure that's already taken.
Well, maybe not. I
don't
know if I've heard of it, so maybe it's out there. Big sugar.
I would say big sugar, but
big sugar.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I called it Mammoth Gravel Grind the first year, and then I don't think people quite understood how big was. So I added endurance in there to try to make sure that people understood.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get to that when we start talking about the details
Yeah.
of your event, because I did a little primer for Joey and Jess. I went over to a couple places and put some things into the show notes so that they get an idea. And when I walked in here, it was like, whoa, like, what are we getting ready to talk about?
Because in 2021, we had 75 people registered, and that was my hard limit with COVID and everything. I was trying to keep the numbers down.
Sure.
It was my first year where it was like legit, and I didn't want to bite off more than I could chew.
Sure.
And I started with a limit of 50, and then I had people like emailing me, and we sold that out in like a week and a half.
Nice.
And I had people emailing me, like begging to get in. And I was like, okay, I'm going to bump it out a little bit further, but I really got to stop. And then, so out of those 75 people we had, there was this group of individuals that came from a flatter area of the United States.
Oh, those poor people.
Yeah, they only made it, I think, 14 or 15 miles and then called it quits. So,
Oh my god.
yeah. So I tried. Everyone's like, oh, you're always hyping the elevation. It's like, well, kind of, but I really want to get that across to people.
Yeah.
Before you come and try this, know what you're getting yourself into.
Speaking of other, have you got some other people that work with you on the event behind the scenes? Anybody else?
Yeah. Actually, so a good buddy of mine, his small business is our title sponsor. He's actually Key Laboratories. He's a locksmith, but he rides with me occasionally. And then, just some other good local people ride with me. Grant Cole, he was on the first ride with me, and he's kind of like gives input. just like a lot of my buddies, Seth. Like it's just kind of like I have 4 kids, so I have a hard time finding when to ride. And so when I do ride, it's usually like I'll post midnight rides a lot where I just get out in the middle of the night and ride. And I got a buddy Kyle who he's always down. So I'm like, hey, it'll be like an hour before. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go out and scope some stuff out. And he's like, yeah, let's go.
That's like Joey. That's like Joey. I like be like, Joey, let's go ride, and he'll be like, yeah, right away. He's always there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna commend you because I have no kids and I still have a hard time figuring out when to ride. So
the struggle is real.
I'm gonna commend you for that. I think work-life balance is especially difficult, and finding time to ride is super hard because you have to make your own time. So I commend you for
absolutely.
that.
Well, it's good.
Thank you.
It's good when you got a core people too. That
I really do. Yeah. I have great people around me. So
there's always got to be that one person that's the responsible party, and and then everybody else is just kind of there doing their thing. But man, you couldn't make it happen without them. So
no, for sure.
Kudos. All right, let's deep dive into this year's event. What is the event date?
The event date is May 7th, so the first Saturday in May.
Okay, first Saturday in May. Location Wellsboro. We already kind of covered that. What is your number of riders? And do you have caps? Where are you at?
Yeah, we have a 150 cap this year, and we are sitting around 90 registered.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
And what are the distances for the event and the routes? This is where it really gets interesting.
Yeah, and so I'm glad you asked that because trying to explain this route setup really needs to be done like verbally. I try to type it out and explain it. It doesn't always get through to people. So
cool.
We have the full Mammoth, which is 140 miles, and my routing programs. I use Komoot a lot, and Komoot has it at like 13,000 feet, but last year when I did out the route, it came up like everyone emailed me later and they're like, hey, all of our bicycle computers came up with like 2,000 feet more than what you said it was. And I was like, oh.
For those of you that are math challenged like me, that's 15,000 feet of elevation at 140 miles.
Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be nuts. But so I'm guesstimating if that trend continues, like you said, 15,000 feet roughly. But the ride is 140 miles for the full. The half is 70. But this course consists of kind of like a super wonky hourglass shape. So you do 70 miles to the north, and then you're back at the start line. And that's when you're going to have lunch. And I mean, we had some people last year because we had a pretty cold start in the morning. So they wore cold weather gear going on the first loop. And then when they got back, they put on regular cycling gear because we went from 32-degree start in the morning to 65-degree ending.
Oh, see, that's nice. That's no drop bag drama.
No. I mean, obviously, if someone needs a drop bag, I am more than willing to accommodate that. But yeah, everyone, you're back at the start line where your vehicle might be, or if you're staying in the hotels downtown, they're only like 2 blocks away. So
cool.
Yeah.
So you got a 140. What's the elevation on the half? That would be the 70. What's the elevation on that?
It's literally half of the full. It almost, I mean, plus or minus 10 or 20 feet, but it's almost identically, very like almost perfectly half. So.
Okay, so 70 and 7,500 ish. What other distances? Do you have other distances too?
Yes, and then to try to like not scare the crap out of everybody.
Oh no, that was way past at the elevation, friend. You have surpassed that.
We added a 30-miler, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to pick like, I want them to be able to enjoy gravel, but I'm gonna try to keep it tame. So the 30-mile loop is an abbreviated version of the first half of the course, so the half man.
Okay.
So, and that one's 32 miles, and it's on. I tell you, I tried to keep the elevation as low as I could. but it still ticks at over 3,000 feet.
It just doesn't sound like there's any way around it.
There's not. With this geography around here, the busy paved roads all go on the valleys and stay flat.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're getting into gravel, you're going to climb, and there's no way around it.
Because I know when we go and do Pine Creek and you climb up you put the bikes at the bottom of the hill and you climb up is it Turkey Path, right? Turkey Path? Turkey Path. Yep. Where they have the maple truck is always at the top that's, donuts and all that other kind of tchotchke crap. And you get up there and you get on those overlooks and you look out. I mean, there's a reason they call it Little Grand Canyon, because the fingers coming in and the valley of Pine Creek down below. I mean, you can see the topography there, pretty plain and simple. And now you're talking about riding bikes up and over top of those hills.
Yeah, super wrinkly.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Wrinkly. It's exactly what it looks like. It's exactly what it looks like. So you got big distance. You got big elevation, but the other factor that comes into the mix is number one, how much gravel versus pavement, and then what does that gravel look like? Because there's a big difference between some chunky stuff and some. I put do not disturb on. I don't know. You still there, James?
Yeah. I'm here.
I don't know. We're still trying to figure out all this stuff.
Oh.
I hit a button, but it
he's still here.
Yeah, we're still here. So you see
where
where I was going. You see where I was going.
Yeah. So out of the 140 miles, Strava calculated the route, and it's I don't know if you ever used Komoot. Komoot's
I've used Komoot. Yeah.
Yeah, really odd when it figures out the surface types. Strava tends to be a little more accurate, so I use Strava to get that number, and for the 140-mile course, it's only 11% paved.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, we're very remote here. So,
what does the gravel look like though? Are they hero gravel versus, chunky, gnarly mess?
Yeah, most of it is hero gravel, Cadillac gravel. Like, a lot of it's really nice gravel. There are a few sections where it's going to get a little more gnar, but not a majority of the course.
Okay.
I think we had a guy last year, and this year's course is different from last year's, but the roads all kind of trend the same. But I think he rode 35s or 32s roughly, and he really didn't have too much drama. So.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to hit on that. What is the best bike setup look like? And that's.
I roll like 30. I used to roll 38s. I got 43s on now. All my buddies roll like 40s. So 38 to 42, 43 in that neck of the woods, I would say, would be prime. You can do it on thinner stuff, but I mean, that's up to you.
Take care of your backside and actually go ahead and give yourself a little bit of cush there. Come on,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then I always tell climbing gears, bring your climbing gears,
and legs.
Yeah, and legs. The bike I have now is 40 in the front and 50 in the back is my big. So
okay,
climbing.
Yeah. And what does we've touched on this a little bit, but if there was one thing you needed the prospective rider to know, what would it be?
Man, be ready to climb and do big distance. But I mean, we have a rolling support vehicle with, ability to get your bike and everything back to the start line. So if that is needed, at the beginning of the race, I give everybody out my cell phone number because it's typically easier to text than try to call because it's just so remote.
Yeah, I noticed that there's no cell phone coverage up there. It's like really super spotty.
Yeah,
and I'm not
not
there,
much.
So.
Yeah, there's not much up here at all. But like I said, rolling support vehicle, and then we are also have a moto in the works. So there's definitely going to be support people rolling.
I enjoy. We had some motos at Empire State Ride last year, and it was kind of cool to see them work. I had never really been a part. We had some thunderstorms come through, and we had some moto riders and people that we were telling them they shouldn't be on the course, and they stayed on. But then the motos kind of took over, and I was a part of it in the back since I was sweeping, and it was neat to watch them do their thing. I'd never been a part of that. It's kind of cool. So,
Yeah.
what does the weekend look like for folks that say they wanted to come up to Wellsboro? Spend a couple of days beforehand. What is there to do in Wellsboro? Tell us a little bit about the area.
A lot of outdoor activities. There's a lot of cool like little mom and pop shops downtown to enjoy if like small little shops are your thing. But other than that, I mean, there's a lot of great restaurants here, like just little small mom and pop restaurants that really are putting out good food. But it really comes down to the outdoor stuff. That's where this area really shines. So hiking out the wazoo, mountain biking. I don't know if you all have ever heard of the Laurel Classic Mountain Bike Challenge. That happens about a 15-minute car ride outside of Wellsboro. So,
well, I also know with Pine Creek you got some fly fishing, Joey.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
for sure. And then there's the rail trail too. The rail trail's right there. So if you just wanted to go down and see some beautiful views along Pine Creek and ride through the bottom of the gorge, I mean, that is right down the road. So,
you got any shout outs for event sponsors? Anybody that's helping you along the way?
oh yeah, we have so many people helping us make this happen and make it an awesome event. We got this year, just kind of met them virtually online, was Camel Chops Bags out of the UK, and they helped us out this year and with some sweet giveaway items for people. And then my buddy at 611 Custom, he does all sorts of custom vinyl work, so he's getting the hoodies done up. So we're actually having event hoodies this year.
Nice.
So we just tried to step it up from like the tee level. Nothing wrong with tees. I'm not bashing tees, but
no, that's definitely a step up though when you go to the hoodie. I know that
Yeah.
Travis is real nice to us and sends us the yearly Grusk hoodie, and I know that that's a regular staple in all of our
Yes.
100%.
pull from the closet.
Yeah.
So
you can't go wrong with the hoodie.
No, you can't at all. You cannot at all.
And then we have our local bike shop, CS Sports. They're going to be opening up early for everybody, like and I think an hour before race start. Race starts at 7.
Okay.
So they'll be opening up at 6 in case you need to grab any last minute stuff, and then they'll be staying open extended hours. And I believe they're also extended hours the night before. So
Okay.
if something came up and you were already in town, they'll be there.
Awesome. And if people want to know more, how can they find out more? Where can they go? Where's the number one spot that they should go? You sent me a whole bunch of links, and I'll put all the links in the show notes. But where's the one place they should go?
We're the most active on Instagram, but I have it set up where it does the auto posting to Facebook. But if feel free to email us or message either of ours, so the Facebook or the Instagram. And I really try my best to stay on top of answering stuff, and it does not bother me one bit. I can answer any questions people have. And
cool.
I also wanted to give a shout out to the Potter Tioga Visitor Center. So they have, as far as looking for other things to do, they're supporting the ride, and their website, Potter Tioga Visitor Center. I can't remember the exact website, but if you Google that, that's the only thing that's going to come up.
Okay.
But they have a lot of information on there about local things to do. So,
well, I'll put all those links in the show notes and in the description for everything, so people should be able to find it. And obviously, Bike Reg too. And registration is open, right?
Yes.
So we got 60
still
spots,
open.
folks. Let's fill them up. What do you say?
Yep.
Bless you, Jerry.
60 spots, 40 more days to register. So,
Cool.
Yeah. So have some time.
James, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
It's been a great conversation. We've been back and forth for probably about a month now, trying to figure out a day, and I think it's perfect timing. People, I think right now
they're finally worked out.
They're through the holidays. People are starting to look at calendars for next year. So this is one, folks. Put it on your calendar. Pennsylvania just has so much fun to offer.
I love Pennsylvania.
We're
moving next year.
We have fully come. I think we've come full circle on that. You remember?
I was going to say, I've been listening to your guys' podcast for a while, and you're always harping about how much you love PA. It's about time you get up here. So
Yeah.
I think I spent half of October up there, half of the month up there.
Between things like, Philly Bike Expo and Unpaved. And
Some time up
I
at-
love the area
yeah,
where
yeah.
you're at. That Pine Creek is just absolutely it's stunningly beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. So,
it really is. Yeah.
James, if you've been listening, you know that we wrap up every episode with a rousing round of this or that. I sure hope you're going to want to stick around. Yes?
Absolutely. I'm ready for it. I hope.
Excellent. So we're going to, James, I'm going to toss it over to you first, Jess. Then it's going to come to you, then me, then Joey. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, we had a lot of debate on this first one. I wasn't sure about it. And I was like, I'm going to take it out this week. We were sitting here doing our little pre-show. And I'm like, I'm going to take it out. And then Joey and I started discussing this. And it turned into like, okay, there's something to talk about here. 1x or 2x for 140 miles and 15,000 feet of elevation gain. James?
Oof. Jeez. For me personally, 1x. I just 1x all day. That's what I'm all about. But you got to have that wide range in the back. That pizza dish rolling. So,
Jess?
but
I don't know what type of buy my bike is, so I'm just gonna say 1, I guess. I don't know. 2 sounds bigger, so it sounds like a better number. So, do I have a 2x or a 1x?
You have a 1x.
I have a 1x.
I think it always comes down to whatever you got is what you're going to prefer.
Whatever I have.
So we put
Jess doesn't. I put 650 wheels on her bike.
I have 650 wheels on my bike.
No, not anymore.
Oh,
you just
no.
don't know when to put them on or not.
There's a bike, I ride it, and then I go as far as I can, and then I walk, and then that's as good as we get.
I like the 2x for mine, but you know what? I kind of treat it with the GRX with the sync shift. It almost feels like a 1x. It's just a broad range. I never even think about the front derailleur. It's just it shifts and changes. So, Joey,
I think my new bike has like the R2D2 shifters, right?
Yes, the SRAM axis.
Okay, R2D2 shifters.
Yeah.
All right, no, so
We
Joey,
were just talking because I was pretty much a 2x person, but with like the PA stuff, I'd go in my big ring to like go. I wouldn't even go in my big ring to go down the hills. They're so long and fast.
you're going to spin them out. Even the big rings, you're going to spin out
For simplicity, because I couldn't shift my front derailleur after it was so muddy.
Ah.
It didn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I just converted my bike to a 1x again.
So I think what it comes down to is everybody just prefers what they run. So
yeah, it really seems like it comes down to how picky you are about cadence, honestly. So I rode a lot of fixed gear. So like just muscling it out is not too big of a deal, but people that seem to have a lot of road bike background and really, get picky about their cadence, that they seem to be the ones that like to tune that in with a 2x system.
See, I would lump myself into that, but I don't particularly care about cadence. I'm one of those guys. I'll just grab a whole handful of gears. If it's like, oh, it got hard, let me just like crank it up. Like
This is what
Whatever
Brian
it
wears out of
takes.
stuff really quick.
I'm a cross chain king. I don't care. Okay. Second item on this week's this or that: a hydration backpack or water bottles.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's without a doubt water bottles. I ran a 100-mile run on the rail trail actually with a hydration pack, and I will never do it again.
Wait,
that was terrible.
Can we give a little,
Why?
backup? Boop boop boop. You said a 100-mile run.
No, as in rock.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Well, Jess is a runner, so when we
No,
hear the word run, we
No, I don't run. Forget about it.
Phew. Okay. We're back to airing this episode.
It was on a fixie though. I will say that was
Oh.
a fixed gear. I think in the end it was 131 miles on a fixed gear now the rail trail is flat, but still. And I didn't wear a chamois. That was the worst
God.
idea ever.
I have a friend who rides a fixed gear around the Palindrome, the circle track.
Velodrome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy.
That's
yeah,
literally all
that's
you ride around
Sorry.
It's her Instagram friend.
Yeah, I don't know her, but she's my friend. We Peloton together, so
nice.
but, yeah.
Nice.
Is it my turn for the question?
Yes, it is.
Is it backpack or water bottles?
Yes.
I need both. and that I need a side of the Nalgene bottle to go on the side.
Yeah, we
I
carry
drink
extra bottles.
so much coffee during the day that I'm always so dehydrated. So I need the backpack, the water bottles, and the side Nalgene bottle.
And then also Joey's bought water bottle.
And
It's
Joey's
one of his.
water
The last time we did a big ride together, I rode like 15 miles without water. So I gave you both my bottles.
I tried to give you some of mine.
And I was like, Joey, I'm so thirsty.
she
Give me
still
the
needs
bottle.
more water. Yeah.
So my issue, I would wear a Camelback when I mountain bike, but I don't mountain bike anymore. They get so hot on your back. Like that sitting there feels heavy. It makes you top heavy. I'm a water bottle guy all day long.
Yeah.
Joey?
Oh, I like my water bottles.
I don't think you would even look right with the hydration.
No, Joey has a hydration one because I bartered it.
We all have them. We probably all have
we have
four of them.
I have worn mine paddleboarding more, but I wore one of those Osprey running vests for Dirty Kansas.
Okay. Now, I did when I led the Grand Canyon tour because you needed to carry so much water. I had to carry 3 liters of water. And so I did do hydration packs and water bottles on that.
Our friend Alonzo puts his hydration on his back because he doesn't like when his water bottles get all muddy.
Yeah.
So Alonzo wears his on his back.
Well, I'll carry my bottle up in a feed bag, and then the bottles that are down on like the bottom because they get just
How'd
disgusting.
that go for you at Unpaved?
No,
It was still dirty up there.
It didn't. It didn't really get that dirty up there. But I would just open up the bottles
Where
and
did
pour
you
the water.
ride?
My feed bag didn't get that dirty. Okay. I don't even know. Joey, you're a mechanic. I don't even know if this would make sense, but I saw this.
I don't even know what you're going to ask. I'm not even looking.
36-inch wheels or 24-inch wheels. All things considered, you could actually put
Oh,
either
God.
one of those on your bike. 36-inch wheels or 24-inch wheels. I don't know why I find that funny.
I don't either.
I honestly have no clue why you're laughing.
No, I just saw this thing today on Bike Review.
Wait, are you
It had
are you
36
talking about that guy that was what was his name? Was that a YouTube video of a guy riding a 36-inch wheel bike?
No, there
Is that
was.
what you're talking about?
There was. Oh, you see him every once in a while. There was a. I was looking on Bike Rumor for something to just talk about, and it randomly caught my eye. It was like a bike with 36-inch wheels, which we've talked about before, and they're out there for really tall people. But I was just like, what would I rather do? Would I rather ride a bike with giant wheels or ride a bike with tiny wheels, like kids' wheels?
Oh man.
You don't have to answer. We could punt this one if you want. Joey's giving me that hairy eyeball over there.
Hey, I'll punt it because there's no good situation there.
I would ride a bike that had a 36-inch wheel in the front and a 24-inch wheel in the back.
Typical. I think we did a 32. It was on a Surly Krampus, I think.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
didn't you? You
Remember
and Wes
that?
were mecking around with one, right?
Yeah, we used unicycle rims.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
There's like 2 tire options total for that.
I remember that. But now they do have these big 36ers.
Yeah, Shaq has one.
For really, really, really tall people.
Yeah.
And they just look like a freak show. The bike looks like a freak show.
Wow.
Well, they do. The bike itself, when you don't see it in
Well, I don't
context
say
of
that
having
about your bike.
a person on it.
With a small person looking at your bike.
Fat man in a little coat. Okay. Last item on this week's This or That, kittens or puppies?
Probably kittens.
Oh.
Kittens are cute as heck.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
puppies
are.
are cute too.
Have you
but
seen a puppy?
Kittens are.
Have you ever seen a puppy?
I have, but just kittens. I don't know.
Kittens
I
are
got 4.
playful. I will say that.
They are. They are.
Jess?
Do you have any cats or dogs at home? Because you have 4 kids.
I have a dog, but my girls, they really like cats. So after we got the dog, and we got the dog like right when we had my first daughter, and then my wife and I down the road, we were like, why did we do that? Like we love our dog and everything, but our daughters are just like all about cats. It's like, but we have a dog.
It's like your brother.
Jess?
I love puppies.
Okay.
I love my puppy, even though he gets me up at 3:30 in the morning.
Have you ever had a cat?
No.
No.
But I
No.
pet a cat once. I definitely petted one. You know, it's not like I'm afraid of cats.
So I've had both, and I threw this in here because Dirty Kitten, was
Yeah, I know why you did it.
Little Dirty Kitten reference. But I've had cats and I've had dogs, And I don't know that I would prefer one or the other, but I definitely prefer them in that kitten or puppy stage over when they get, like, especially a cat. Because cats would be like, once they grow up and they're no longer cute, they're like, they just sit around, they lay around, and they, will grace you with their presence every once in a while. They're not kittens anymore. They're not playful. So, meow. I'm gonna go with puppies. I think I'm gonna go with puppies. Joey.
I too shall pick puppies.
So puppies.
Cats freak me out.
Are you scared of
Skeevy
cats a little bit?
A little, yeah.
Yeah. What's the other thing?
They're always
But
like
you've
plotting.
petted a cat before.
Have you ever petted a cat?
I've had a cat put its claws deep in my arm before.
Is that your cat?
No, I've petted cats.
I just feel like you're actually really like excited that you actually exclaimed that you petted a cat one time.
I'm not a very outgoing person. Again, I'm a very routine,
But
compulsive
whenever
person.
we're out in an event or something, and you see somebody with a dog, you're always like going up to them, like, "Can I pet your puppy? Can I pet your puppy?"
all the time. But I mean,
Well, nobody walks their
I was
cats.
just gonna say that.
Alex and Chris walk their cat.
Do they really?
Yeah, they
had
posted it last week.
The
or
little
two.
leash. I didn't see.
Yeah, they had a cat
there's
on the
many-
leash.
There's so many things.
See, I feel like cats don't have to. The people with cats just. They're all out in my neighborhood doing their thing, but heaven forbid my dog be off the leash for 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Cats.
I hate
People
that.
with the indoor-outdoor cats. It's like just let them out, and they
Yeah.
go out and they kill the birds and all
They're
that stuff.
ruining the bird population.
Yeah, if a dog went out and like randomly was just running around the neighborhood killing birds, like Blake wants to go get some of them ducks over in the pond.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
You see Blake come running home with a duck in his mouth.
I had to fight him the other day because he just pulled me down into the water.
You're gonna get it. You're
Looking at the
going in
ducks.
one of these days.
Yeah.
You're going in. There's no doubt about it. Well, thank you guys for playing. I apologize for the 36-inch wheel question and why I found it.
That's
so
like the
funny.
size of his dog bed. down there. That's
But I just had this picture in my head of somebody with a 36-inch wheel on one side and a 24.
And you thought it was funny.
thought
Like
it was
that's
hilarious.
the thing that like really gets me. Is, like
I
you
just-
thought that was funny.
I don't know. Anybody got anything else before we shut this thing down?
no.
You good?
Oh,
James,
no,
thank you
we're
so
good.
very
Thank
much
you.
for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
hey,
Do
I
you,
really appreciate y'all having me.
James, do you guys have like a Mammoth Endurance jersey or kit or anything like that?
Yeah, we do. We have one. I think they took the store down temporarily. We had it open in the beginning so that people could get their stuff before the event, but we're going to open it back up like at the time of the event and for a little while after the event so people can nab them.
I was
But
actually hoping you were going to say no so that I could say you should talk to Philip over at Cutaway USA.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
jeez.
Shameless plug.
I am just a shameless plugger. There's no doubt about it. Hey, thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt. And if you enjoy the podcast, then maybe consider joining our Patreon folks and buying us a cup of coffee each month. We really appreciate all the support and the monthly donations that we get through Patreon. I've been a little lax on thanking people lately.
We
at
sent
the end of
cards
the
out
show.
last week.
Yeah, but and actually we did get some feedback from that. Eddie Pliers
Oh no way.
sent a little message saying how much he appreciated getting his card from you, Jess, and he was looking for your Instagram to send you a personal thank you.
Aw.
And I shared that your Instagram. So anyway, we really appreciate the support from folks we get through Patreon. And that monthly donation, we stretch it. It goes a long ways. And it really helps us keep this podcast going, and it is appreciated. Joey, how can folks get in touch with us?
Well, I gave out your cell phone number last week. Did anyone call you?
No, I was
No
waiting
Wookiee calls?
Give it out again, and I want a Wookiee call. You can continue
Is
to
it
give.
3850?
No, that's the podcast.
Maybe
I don't
if you
remember.
put my phone number, more people would be inclined to
No,
text
I'm
me.
not giving your number
No,
out.
ever since Jess joined the podcast, everybody contacts Jess about everything.
Yeah.
So maybe they could send a little thing on. So you know what? I added something to the website where you can go and look on the right-hand side of our website, and there's a button you can click. And when you click it, you can actually leave a voicemail on your computer.
Genius.
So it's pretty smart.
cool.
I will actually play every Wookiee sound
I was
we
gonna
get.
say, Go to graveltraveldirt.com.
That's it.
Find the Wookiee button. You should just call it the Wookiee button.
I could name it that.
I know a
name it the
web
Wookiee
developer
button.
guy that could just do that.
Yeah, I could
our
do that.
Instagram, if you want to get a hold of us, there is Mid-Atlantic GTD.
Cool.
That's it.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week from right here in Joey and Jess's kitchen, all the way up to Pennsylvania's Little Grand Canyon and Wellsboro, home of Pine Creek. Thank you one more time, James, for joining us. We very much
thanks,
appreciate
James.
it.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, no problem.
Thanks, everybody, for riding along. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, and respect others.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.